Another entry into the exercise archive. This one's just talking about why we do ab rollouts and how to execute them. First note is I get asked all the time and I don't specify, which is my bad. The tempo is on just the eccentric, no tempo on the concentric. So if it's a 4 count, it's 4 on the way down, come up, no pause at the bottom, no nothing. So why we do them? To strengthen your abs, specifically for the role of resisting spinal extension, right? Because people will argue, for the sake of specificity, why would you train flexion of your spine to strengthen your abs when the role they play in all the lifts is isometric and resisting forces? So much the same, I find that the best exercise to strengthen them is going to be playing the same role of resisting forces, in this case, resisting spinal extension. And from that goal, we derive how we execute them. You don't want to have any spinal extension when you do them. Almost all of you have spinal extension, right? So I would rather, as you do them, you do a half rep, or you cut them high, or you leave your hips high. You can touch your nose to the ground, but leave your ass up in the air. If that means at the bottom you are not getting any extension of your lumbar or thoracic spine. So at the top of each rep, you think of it as A, it's an exercise, but B, it's a drill. It's practicing of the bracing mechanic. So at the top, I will take in a full breath of air, just like I'm about to squat, and I will lock down my rib cage, right? So all the air goes into my gut, and then I lock down my rib cage around it, and my T-spine will be rounded over at the top, and I try to maintain that, because if your T-spine is rounded, it's hard to have your lumbar spine go into extension, right? So it's not huge like cat back or anything, but that way I'm prioritizing resisting extension, right? So I'll go for the tempo on the way out if you have a tempo, and even if you don't have a tempo, I want you to still do them slow enough to where you're not just banging down to the ground, going into extension and coming back. If you can do 5 count ab wheels for like a set of 10 and they're easy, you're probably doing them wrong. And if you are more directed with each rep as a re-brace and a practicing of the bracing mechanic, A, you'll get better at bracing, and B, they're going to be a fucking hell of a lot harder. So make sure you film them every now and then and be really honest with whether your spine is extending in the lowest position. If you need to leave your hips higher at the bottom position to achieve this, that's better than getting a full ROM but doing it incorrectly.